Man, look at all these official security breach costumes. That's crazy.
Are you telling me that I can become Freddy Fazbear for realsies?
Whoa, look at me.
Man, this mask is so for real uncomfortable.
Man, that probably means that all these masks are also for real and comfy. You're probably wondering why I didn't buy the Vanny costume. You're probably really wondering that, huh? Lame, plastic, not all the way around, but maybe there's a Hey guys, so, yeah, there it is, woohoo, woo, I don't freaking know, hey, check out this mask, isn't it neat? Look at that. Yep. So yeah, here's a completed product of this mask. As you can see, eyes, mouth, funny ears that are actually bendable. I can just like position them however I want and they will stay like that. So that's kind of neat. I don't know if that looks good, but yep. Up here, I don't know, look at the paws, look at that. Woo. Man, I'm really bad at this, but
See you soon.
now I guess I should show off the mask while it's not being worn. So yeah, here's the whiskers for starts. They're just kind of like punched in there. Eyelids, look at that. You can peel them back. I don't know why you'd want to because there's not really much, but you know. Eyebrows, look at that. Divide, it's not completely glued down, like there's a little bit of space there. But see the nose, made of clay, nice. Mouth here is a lot more wobbly than the other one, and I have no idea why, but it's no less secure to the head. Like it's definitely not gonna fall off. It's just like it's a little more wobbly. This one also just got like a big pocket right here, so yeah, that's I don't know what the use for that would be, but I didn't glue that down, so yeah. And also pupils are just pieces of felt, just like the eyelids are. Yeah, so you can see the wire here in the chin. There's the battery glued down, and then you go up here and then you click this little button at the end of there. You can see the button there, and then this lights up in here. Let me just unvelcro this real quick and then go inside, and you can see there's a bunch of duct tape that's blocking the light from showing in through the snout. Then of course, while the eyes are on, they look much more red even in the light. But obviously this is mainly meant to be in the dark, which you saw not too long ago, so yeah. Alright, so now that you guys have seen the costume, just, yeah, here's how I made it. So before we get into this, I want to get a huge shout out to SuperKnob123 on Twitter for releasing the foam pattern to her Vanny mask, because with the limited time I had to work on this, it's really, really helpful to get anything that can save me some time, and this is a huge step that it was really useful for, so go show her some support, and her Vanny cosplay is awesome too, so go check that out, and yeah. Now, I really wanted to design my own pattern for this, but I also probably wouldn't have been too good at it, being honest, and also, I only had, like, a little bit over a month to actually make this, so any time saved is extremely useful. So yeah, next time around, when I don't have, like, a Halloween deadline, I'm probably gonna end up having a way more impressive result, but for now, let's just move on with this. Let's get into how I made it. So yeah, here you can see my destroyed living room with the Vanny plushies, as you do, and all the cut foam, and, yeah, you can see the result of the pattern. So basically, it just gives me this Vanny skull that is a good thing to work off of, but it's also not much yet, but perfect to work off of for this. So yeah, we got the little skull here. You know, we can put on the statue. I can, that is terrifying in the dark, to be honest. But yeah, then I covered it in fur. On one side, because, yeah, I'm not good at covering things in fur, by the way. I don't know if you can tell by how, utterly garbage it looks in some areas, but things will get ironed out. Ignore that giant line on the face. I'm sure that won't amount into anything, but, yeah, then the other side is completely bare right now, and, yeah, and then I gotta add the gray part. So, yup, gray on the face. Pretty cool. Now, I actually didn't cover the muzzle properly. Here you can see, I didn't really take any good pictures of it because I was embarrassed by it, but I didn't actually cover the muzzle all the way with the white for some reason. So then there's just this big exposed piece, so I had to fix that, which I did get fixed with an extra piece, which I actually didn't do till much later, so we'll get to that later when I actually fix the snout. But, next step, I got a tail, you know, just because you kind of need it if you're a rabbit. So, yeah, cool tail. I really like this. So, yeah, then I got this big piece of foam. Then I draw out the shape of the ears. Then I cut it. Then I trace it. Then we got 2 ears. And then, looks about the right size. Yup. And then I stare at this again, because I'm very upset by it. And then look at that, I did the gloves. The gloves are kind of simple. They're basically just like basic like winter gloves, and then double layered. There's actually 2 gloves here, and then I hot glued on all the paw pads while I was wearing it. My fingers did burn, and then the little seam lines around the hands or on the fingers are just kind of like drawn on with Sharpie because they don't need to be that detailed. It's fine. And then I also did a pink glove, because I didn't really mention this earlier, this suit wasn't really designed to look like the accurate in-game Vanny. I'm basing this off of how I draw Vanny, which is not quite accurate. And I do pink instead of, like, the weird, like, the flannel pattern. Not really sure what to call it. But I usually do pink instead of that, so yes, one of the gloves is pink, and I don't care that it's inaccurate, because I'm not trying to be accurate. So, yeah, I got both the gloves done. And then here you can see the mask with the new snout fabric covered, which I know right now it looks a little disgusting, and honestly, I'm just dry heaving right now looking at it. But, you know, I got a little black dot there for where the nose is going to go. And then on the inside of the mouth, you can see, for some reason I added like a piece there as if I was gonna like paint it, which I genuinely considered and thought would work. I'm not gonna show you what the disaster that transpired from me trying that looked like, but just know painting fleece is not very smart. And then here you can see what the inside of the mask looks like at this point. Pretty exactly how you'd think it would look. And then here we got some wire added inside the ears, which obviously lets them bend, which is very helpful. And then here we got the nose finally. Yippee! Look at that. Look at that nose. And I also added the line down the nose, because, you know, that's kind of important. And then also holes for the ears, and then also some black detailing around the eyes, just to make them look a little more like sunken in, I guess. Also to just differentiate the inside of the eye from the outside of the eye, so when I put the eyes actually in the sockets, it's not going to look as, like... I'm explaining this terribly. And then I did the same thing for the gray side. And then here's the ears covered in fabric. Very, very simple job here. Just kind of one is all off-white, then the other is white and a little bit of gray at the bottom, and then the inner part is entirely pink. And then here you can see the bend functionality. It actually does hold in place. However I want to pose them, it will work and hold in place, which is very, very nice. I do like that. Probably my favorite feature of the suit, to be honest. And then here's both of the ears attached to the head. And then, since I wasn't going to do a full suit, I'm just doing a partial suit, I actually bought this checkered belt, because, you know, FNAF, you know, checker floors, haha. I got this belt because I thought it fit the FNAF theme, and then the tail actually, attaches to the belt, so, yeah, that's how I wear the tail, so, funny there. Look at that. And then here's another picture of the head, just for good measure. And then here's basically my idea for the eyes. So basically, we got these, like, DIY Christmas tree ornaments, which is an idea for eye sockets that I would have never thought of. Thanks, Andy Matronic, for thinking of this. This is actually a genius method, though, because it does look really good. So, yeah, I got these, like, DIY Christmas tree ornaments, which, pretty radical. And then I got some, black, really thin mesh fabric to go in the back. And then I basically glue it in. Here you can see. And then I glue the mesh onto another eye, and then boom, I put them in the head, and wow, it's starting to look a bit like Vanny. But I'm not going for accuracy, and this is looking like it's going to be accurate eventually. But I eventually went against this, because I realized I've made attempts at cosplays in the past. This is my first serious one. So I should take it seriously and go for something that's actually going to look good, which is not accuracy, because I cannot pull that off. So I'm just going to try to do it in my own art style, because that's something that I know I can pull off. So then I made these thin little eyelash pieces with this thin black fabric, which honestly I didn't really like it that much. You can see it here. I ended up going against it and actually scrapping this, but we'll go back to that later. Here's what the inside of the mask looks like at this point. It may seem like it's difficult to see, because it is, but you can see in there. It's a little hard, but it is possible to see. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention that. I can see through it. You can kind of see it. It's easier to see through in person than it is on camera. And then I ripped off the existing eyelashes and eyelids, and then I made these thicker ones out of a thicker black fleece, and then I cut out basically the same shape, but except I made the eyelids a lot bigger and droopier, so it looked a bit cuter. And then I also added the eyelashes to also make it look, the eyelashes are bigger than they were before. Just overall, this whole piece is bigger, and I think it looks a ton better. And this is also how I would typically draw this feature of the eye, so, yeah. And then, of course, add the black to the inside of the mouth, because it would look kind of weird without that. Maybe it does look weirder from this angle with it, but otherwise, when it's not at this angle, it looks pretty normal, you know, like this angle. And then I cut out some eyebrows and pupils, because those are kind of important. And the eyelashes, no problems there. Had no issues with those. But the pupils, I spent a solid 30-45 solid hour, just like pacing, contemplating how I should do these. So I was either going to make them straightforward, which, you know, less accurate, but also a lot easier for people to, like, I don't know, look at me. And then, or should I make them slightly off, so she looks derpy like she is in the game? I ended up going against the off-center ones, and went for straightforward, which I think was the correct idea. I think this looks the best it could possibly look. And, yeah, it was basically complete at this point, and then I realized, oh, shoot, there's no teeth. So then I proceeded not to add teeth to it. So yeah, it's probably the weirdest decision people are going to have with my cosplay that people are going to question. Why did you not add teeth, Springs? Why would you not add teeth? Okay? You silly little stupid person. Why would you not add teeth? And my answer to that is, it just didn't look good. Like, I tried cutting out so many different types of teeth in so many different types of materials and trying to attaching it in different methods and stuff. Nothing looked good. Absolutely nothing. So, I just decided to go without teeth because, you know, I wasn't trying to be scary anyway. So if she doesn't have teeth, that's not going to take much away from it. And then I added the whiskers, which, pretty funny method here. I actually stuck, corn cob holders into the face to cut the holes for it. And this actually worked out brilliantly. This is a, thanks to my dad for coming up with this method. Also, thanks to my dad for just, like, helping with this so much. Like, shout out to my dad. So yeah, then you just basically stick some pipe cleaners in there and glue it on from the inside. And boom! She's got whiskers. And then I bought these, like, cheap LED lights on Amazon. These cheap, like, red LEDs. And then I basically just kind of wired them up to a battery, glued them into the mask, and then boom, the eyes glow now. Now, a lot of people may be asking, does the glow obstruct your vision? Yes, but not that much. Not too much. It's not that bad. It's like tolerable. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then this hoodie, this epic pink Vanny hoodie, actually not something that you can buy. I had this custom made. I did make the design on the front. I did make that. So, yeah, I'm kind of cool like that. I made this hoodie, and I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. I actually do wear this, like, when I'm not even in the suit, because I genuinely just like this hoodie. So, yeah, but this hoodie was made to go along with the suit. So yeah, it's the completed product of my stylized Vanny cosplay that I made in a little over a month in a rush for Halloween. So, yay! So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. You like the end product. This was definitely very stressful, but I had a lot of fun making it. And, yeah, if you'd like to see some more in the future that are definitely less rushed, because I don't have to worry about a Halloween deadline, I'd love to make more, so if this video does well, I definitely will. So if you guys like it, make sure you show your support. Leave a comment, share, subscribe, all those things. I don't know. People even share videos anymore? I don't think people do. But yeah, let me know what more epic Vanny content you'd guys like to see. And also, other characters I could make. I don't know, other Security Breach characters. Or just general FNAF characters, anything like that. I'd love to hear suggestions. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video.
Subscribe, please.